Right, so as we know, Anthony Joshua knocked out Jake Paul at the weekend. And today we are going to talk about this. Look at that. That is insane. Now, of course, if you scroll down, readers contact AI fake image alert. I'll be honest, I just did another video. And I didn't even see that, right? So it is AI. But the reality is that it still could be real. There's another video out there where Jake Paul's lying in a hospital bed and his face is all swollen. And he's like, I'm okay, guys. Pray for me. Just pray for me.
Thought I would win against Anthony. But here I am with a broken jaw, learning the hard way. I'll heal, and I'll be back.
And no doubt that'll be AI as well. So I fell for it, okay? I'm a boomer, whatever you want to call me, okay? Listen, right? The man had his jaw broken by Anthony Joshua. He had to have teeth removed. He had surgery, okay? Apparently he's going to have a couple of plates in his face. So forgive me if I fell for the AI image where his face is swollen, okay? But the point that I was going to make on that video that I did make, that I'm now redoing, where I know I've been had by the AI, the point that I'm making still stands. Boxing is not a game. Fighting is not something you pick up and mess around with, right? If you're a fighter, if you're a boxer, if you're a mixed martial artist, right, you have to take this seriously and you have to respect the game. That's why when he fought Anthony Joshua, I scoffed at it. I talked a little bit of shit because of the lunacy. And I said, someone's going to end up dead. Someone can die. 10 to 13 boxers die per year. It is not a game. Now, of course, the man wants to make money and he wants to box people and he wants to entertain his fans and thrill audiences. And that's great. And God bless him. Fair play to him. The man is very, very successful. I've never talked about that. I've only talked about a 58-year-old Mike Tyson or fighting retired, semi-retired UFC legends and then talking about them, right? All I've ever said is box someone your own age and size. And then this thing with Anthony Joshua, I was like, this is crazy. Now let's talk about the actual fight for a second. It happened in the 6th round and it happened in a 22-foot ring. A typical ring is 20 foot. This one was 22 foot because he wanted a bigger room to operate, a bigger space, a bigger ring, somewhere to run away and be on his bike and stay away from Anthony Joshua. Now, I don't blame the guy. I'd have done the same thing, right? Because Anthony Joshua is gigantic and has the kind of power that could potentially do that to you, right? Maybe it's real, maybe it's AI, right? Either way, his face is going to be swollen today. That's a fact, right? The bigger ring gives you more space. Jake Paul did about 5 miles of road work, shot about 25 double leg takedowns because he didn't want to stand there and go toe to toe with him like Francis Ngannou did because he knows what would have happened, okay? And ultimately, it ended up happening anyway in the 6th round. And yeah, okay, he's going to have the street cred of standing there and say, I went 6 rounds with Joshua. He didn't go 6 rounds with Anthony Joshua. He ran around, he avoided the fight, and then ultimately got clipped, okay? They made $92 million each. Fair play. That is insane money, okay? And before you will start, there's no jealousy here, right? You can't be jealous of other men, but we're allowed as fighters to critique things like this, what we see, right? I've been in there, I've knocked people out, I've been knocked out, I commentate fights. This is my life. This is what I talk about. Now, on this post here, let's just have a look at this real quick. Whoever this person was is laughing, I think, and they're probably laughing because it's a fake post, it's AI. But the first person that responds is Andrew Tate, okay, 39 years old. Clearly, he got hoodwinked by the AI as well. Now, he says, why are you laughing at a man braver than you? And that is a great point. Okay, and the reason that Andrew Tate said that is because he also fought on Saturday night. He stepped in the ring at Misfits in Dubai, went up against Chase Damore. And I got to say, he didn't look very good, right? But he did have the balls to step in there, right? And I do respect that. And he put a tweet out afterwards. I think it was a tweet. You know, most men worth 700 million that are 39 years old aren't doing what I did. They're out there with whores or whatever. And you know what? He's got a point. He doesn't need to do this, but he felt the need to step back in there. He wanted to thrill a competition. He was a Thai boxer. He was an ISKA world champion, and he wanted to get back in there and see if he still got it. Well, the answer is he doesn't, right? He didn't look very good. Chase Damore didn't look very good either. The pair of them looked kind of amateurish, and Andrew Tate got tired very, very quickly. But he did have the balls to step in there, so fair play to him for that. And Jake Paul did have the balls to step in there as well, so fair play to him also. But this next one, Oh, by the way, before I get to this, got to give a special mention to Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson was in Dubai as well, and he looked phenomenal. Tony Ferguson has turned back the clock. That one is a real fighter. Didn't get the finish, but dominated the fight from start to finish against his opponent. Almost got a finish right at the end of the fight, but he looked really good. He wobbled him, he hurt him. The boxing was crispy. There was nice footwork. There was a good jab on display. Couldn't be happier for Tony Ferguson. Well done to him. Hard-fought victory. Made some money. Good for him. Right. Not good for this next guy. Listen to this. This is Jake Paul's manager, Nikisa, talking about why Jake lost the fight.
I think a great game plan and preparation. Unbelievable heart. And the reality is...
Hold on. First off, it wasn't unbelievable heart. He was dancing around. And there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that because we have weight classes for a reason. But it wasn't unbelievable heart, right? It was a good show. It was a great show.
Jake lost because of the size difference, not because of the skill difference. AJ was hanging on that neck, pushing him down. And when you have someone that heavy constantly doing that, it does suck the energy out of you.
So Jake Paul lost because of the skill difference, not the size difference. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, insult this guy. I'm not. But I'm as a fighter, as a former fighter, as someone that's very experienced in the world of mixed martial arts and combat sports in general, right? This is a crazy shout. He lost because he was smaller. He lost because of the size difference. He also lost because he had no business being in there with him. Anthony Joshua is by far a better boxer. Of course he is. You know this. Watch it. Every one of you watching this knows that. I know that. The whole world knows that. And of course, this guy's his manager, so he's going to spin it. But there is a reason why we have managers. We have managers to protect us from ourselves. To say, hold on a minute, that's crazy. Don't box Anthony Joshua. You might leave in a coffin. But this guy now afterwards is defending it still and saying he lost because he got tired. He did get tired. And there was a lot of clinching. But the clinching was from Jake Paul, from him shooting, from him actually getting double underhooks, from him doing anything he could when Anthony Joshua moved forward to stop the punches being thrown. When you're clinching, you can't throw punches. And the referee should have got in there a lot quicker as well. But for this guy to be blaming it on the size only and not the skill is insane. And whilst Jake Paul goes off to hospital and has to have surgery, and yeah, those AI images are probably bullshit and all the rest of it, right? He's sitting there counting his money. Listen, Jake Paul's made loads of money. He's had lots of big lucrative fights. And he probably will continue to have more. And I wish him the best of luck. I really do. Just box someone your own size. Not a 35er, not a super heavyweight, not a two-time world champion, okay, or a gold medalist at the Olympics. Fight a cruiserweight and fight someone up and coming. Simple as that. Right, and then everyone will give him a ton of respect. Now, just going back to the fight in Dubai for a second, Amir Khan was there. And Amir Khan, as we know, I think he got the silver medal at the Olympics representing Great Britain. Here is what he had to say.
I know the fight's still going on. Andrew Tate, Sanchez, some more, but you're walking out, man. What's going on?
This is some pile of shit. I'm telling you, I've seen guys that give it the big ones. I mean, no disrespect. Look, bro, I don't know if it's the dancing partner, but I am horribly you know what I mean? It's just, bro, there's no punches are being thrown. It's just hugging and, I mean, look, I'm a fighter, so I should never talk bad about other fighters, but Fahad, let me ask you, what do you think of this? Is this a fight?
So that's the interesting part there from Amir Khan. He said, I'm a fighter, so I shouldn't talk bad about other fighters. But he's got to call it as he sees it as well. It was kind of a load of shit. It wasn't good. It wasn't skillful. And that's kind of the same thing why I say the stuff about Jake Paul. It's not like I've got some big personal vendetta. I said in one of the videos last week, he's a bit of a tit, okay? And that kind of sums it up perfectly. I don't lose any sleep over this guy. He doesn't lose sleep over me. Probably thinks, why does this dickhead keep attacking me? It's only because of the nonsensical, the farcical fights that he continues to put on. And he's a big star. There's big news, there's big traffic, and then gets good views, right? But hearing Amir Khan sitting there talking about how he should have on other fighters, but he couldn't help himself because it was a bit of a show. I echo those same sentiments. Now, Darren Till was there, and Darren Till said he had to walk out.
I consider myself one of the best striking martial artists on the world. A pair of numpties like that call me out, and I'm sat ringside. I have to leave because it disrespects everything I believe in and everything I've trained for. It's just, what am I watching? I'm actually unlearning as I'm watching.
Now, remember, there was a bit of a situation where Darren Till might actually fight Andrew Tate or Chase Demore or some of the other people because he does box on Misfits. Keep both of those guys, Andrew Tate and Chase Demore, even though he's not a heavyweight, keep them away from Darren Till. Darren Till left. He gave his thoughts on the fight. Looked like he'd had a few beers to me.
Are you intoxicated?
But hey, God bless him. He's on a boys' night out in Dubai with the lads. Have a few beers, enjoy yourself. Darren Till would have smoked the absolute pair of them. It's simple as that. He would have knocked them out cold, flatlined, simple as that. There it is. There's my thoughts. I mean, I know I was had off by the AI image. I was, okay? It was AI, but it could be real. It could have been real because he did step in there with Anthony Joshua. And that is the type of that can go wrong. Anyway, what do you think about everything what I just said in the comment section? Please subscribe, ring the bell if you want to, all that good stuff. I appreciate all the support on the channel. 725,000 subscribers. I know Jake Paul's got about 21 million, but for me, that's a lot. Thank you, every single one of you. Really appreciate you. I'll be back this week with some more stuff. Take care.